So I'm here at the Guildhall in Preston. Preston is an old town that is just north of Manchester, and it's very recently been given status as a city. In fact, it wasn't given status as a city until 2001 or 2, something like that. It is known as the Jubilee City because it was awarded during the monarch's Jubilee year, in fact. She even paid a visit to the city to mark it, and they were allowed to install the honour of a Minster on one of their churches, which is really what we're here to see. Now the centre's all quite close. The bus station's over there. This is where the administrative blocks are. Lots of Victorian buildings for that. Beyond that you've got the cenotaph, and then that direction you've got the Minster and the train station. Haven't quite decided how I'm going to get to Manchester yet. It will be by train or bus, but this morning was alright. I left at about 8:30, and it wasn't until about 9:30 that the bus turned up, so it was a good hour waiting. But once I got on the bus there was no problem. So, I'm going to have a look around. Preston has a very nice central area that has it's a pedestrianised zone that allows buses through, basically. It's very clean, it's very tidy, and almost everything, bus station, train station, churches, Minster, are all very close together, along with several shopping arcades. The Minster itself was a bit of a letdown because it was being used at the time, so I couldn't really look around. I could walk through the sort of West End and peer over and see. It was very parish churchy, rather than Minster-like. I didn't find much information on it, except that it was twinned with a little chapel sort of further on, which I had a look at. That was closed. They also had a Roman chapel. That was lovely inside. That was really lovely inside. It was sort of dressed to look as if it was marble, and that was lovely. I did like that. There was a church up for sale. Very sad. I had a look around their big central area that had sort of 2 cenotaphs in front of their sort of town hall and a museum. The museum was good. It was free. It was in a very grandiose building. Inside, it was look on the outside. It was very Greek style. Inside, you had a sort of rotund at the bottom with a circular hole, and at that bottom bit they had a sort of cafe. But then everything above the circle was a square hole, if that made sense, and the balconies all the way up. There were about 2 or 3 floors with different exhibitions. It was a large building, and the exhibits were rattling around a little. Reminded me a little of some of the museums on the National Mall in Washington DC. It was a bit that style. It was very lovely, and of course it was free, so you can't complain. Then I got the train to Manchester. It's further between Manchester and Preston than I thought, and that was quite a painfully difficult journey because I couldn't get a seat. It cost me slightly more than I thought it would. It took slightly longer than I thought it would, but I got here. I got off at Manchester Piccadilly. Now, the main centre of Manchester I haven't seen a pedestrianised zone yet, but I assume it's around here somewhere. Is between 3 sort of train stations. You've got Manchester Victoria, which is near the MEN, Manchester Evening News Arena. Then you've also got Oxford Road, and you've got Piccadilly, and they sort of form a triangle basically with Manchester, the MEN, Victoria, at the top, on the north side. Between them there's maybe about 2 square miles, if that, and there are 3 routes with little shuttle buses that run round these routes every 10 minutes, and they're totally free. There's a small, a medium and a long route, and I've taken the long route partly because it passed the cathedral, and partly because it has given me, and will give me when I get back on, a good tour of the centre of Manchester, because there's a lot to do here with museums and stuff. I do not have a lot of time, and it is raining, so I am planning on going home after this, I have to say. So let's move on to Manchester Cathedral. Manchester Cathedral